Hey Larry, now thanks very much for a very thought-provoking video. I've had a good think about it. Now it's a beautiful spring day here in Ireland, and the last thing on my mind at the moment is thoughts of mortality and death, but still, you deserve an answer to your video, so I'm going to do my best. Okay, first of all, immortality as a concept. Would I even want immortality if it was available to me? And the answer is no, I wouldn't. Absolutely not. I created a video about that really early on in my YouTube career that you might want to look at, and I'm going to put it in the video description, so have a look at it and see what you think of what I'm saying there. Having said that though, you then bring up the thought of a medicine that would practically allow people to become immortal. In other words, it would stop aging or even reverse aging and regress your body back to a state of, say, a 25-year-old, as you put it. Would I be interested in that? Yes, I think I would be. Especially the case that you brought up where you could actually regress back to a younger body. I would be quite interested in that, because in that case you'd be able to experience getting old and then regress back to 25 when you're fed up with being old, and then experience the aging process again if you wanted to. I would like to experience being old, but it would also be nice to know that you could then go back to 25 when you're sick of it. I don't want to live forever, but thinking about what we're confronted with at the moment, which is a fairly fixed lifespan, the biblical 70 comes to mind. It's a bit worrying to know that I, for example, would be more or less halfway now. It'd be nice if I were in a circumstance where, even though I know that I wouldn't live forever, at any point in life when I feel like living, there's no reason why I couldn't live for another 10, 15, 40 or 50 years if I wanted to know that that option is there. And then that dying is optional, or can be taken when, if and when one is tired of life. Of course, you have to realize that there are always circumstances possible in which somebody is involved in a freak accident, for example, in which the body is destroyed to the point where it cannot be reconstructed. And such statistical probabilities in the circumstance of practical immortality will become statistical certainties. So there is the thought of the realization that you are actually going to be certain now that you're going to die through some sort of freak accident or incurable disease. Is that so nice? I don't know. It certainly isn't physically possible to become really immortal, because in a bodily form, because the environment at some point is going to change to the point where bodies like this are not going to be sustainable. Whether it's when the sun becomes a red giant or when the universe faces heat death, at some point it's going to happen. So real immortality is impossible anyway, it's undesirable, but practical immortality, yes, I would like that. And I'm not too concerned, although I understand very well what you're saying, but looking at the idea of losing your loved ones, in all fairness, that is not something that is going to be new or introduced with this form of immortality. In normal human life, in our current mortal normal human lives, we already have to deal with this. We are losing loved ones. People die unnecessarily in accidents, in diseases where a cure is only around the corner, but people die before the cure is found, and so on and so forth. We all have to deal with this. We all have to deal with people that we love dying. And somehow we do. It is tough, it is hard, but humans are adaptable and resilient, and eventually you pick yourself up and you reconstruct your life and you find a way of carrying on. And that's what's going to happen. So even if you were faced with this position where you could afford it for yourself but not for your loved ones, yes, that would be very, very hard, but I don't necessarily think that I would outright reject it all the same. I'm not sure what I would do. It might also depend on who it would be. People that are really close to me, I would hope that I could afford it for them. But think about that, really, if you think about it, they might not necessarily have the exact same circle of people they love that you have. So what about the people they love? And then if you include them, what about the people they love? At some point, somebody is going to have to leave somebody behind, unless this is completely affordable to absolutely everybody. So no, I wouldn't necessarily reject it for that, but it wouldn't be easy. I have to admit that. It certainly wouldn't be easy. So I hope I've addressed your questions reasonably well, and that this has been useful to you. I'm going to go back to enjoying my lovely spring day here. Take care, Larry. Talk to you soon.